Good morning, members, and to our public in the gallery and watching at home on your devices. Pursuant to the authority vested in me under Public Law 17-22, I now call this 12th regular session of the 18th CNMI Youth Congress to order. Let us now rise for a moment of prayer. Thank you. We will now begin with our first order of business. Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Maglonia,
Present.
Senator Palacios,
Present.
Senator Sablan,
Present.
Senator Tomakani,
Present.
Madam Speaker.
Present.
Madam Speaker, all 5 members are present.
Thank you, Clerk. With all 5 members present, we hereby constitute the quorum to conduct business this morning. With that, we proceed with item 2. At this time, the chair recognizes the floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Under item 2, there are no journals up for reading or adoption at this time.
Thank you, floor leader. We'll move down to item 3, public comments. The floor is now open for any member of the public seated in the gallery to offer comments on today's agenda. Please limit your statements to 5 minutes, and as a reminder, anything stated within your testimony not relating to today's agenda will be struck from the record. The podium is now open for any public comments. If none under public comments are hereby closed. As there are no bills to be introduced under item 4, we will move down to item 5. At this time, the chair recognizes the vice speaker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I officially introduce Youth Congress Resolution 18-18, commemorating the life and contributions of the late Vincent Mendiola Calvo. Introduced by myself, and without objection, I would like to ask for this resolution to be placed on calendar for action as a committee of the whole.
No objection.
Thank you, Vice Speaker. As there are a couple more resolutions on the agenda, I will recognize the floor leader for the proper motion after each resolution is read into the record. With that, the floor leader is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I officially introduce Youth Congress Resolution 18-19 to recognize and commend the Marianas High School mock trial team on its outstanding achievement in winning the 2023 CNMI High School mock trial competition held at the Guma Justicia on the 16th and 17th of February 2023. Introduced by myself, and if I may continue, Madam Speaker.
Yes, floor leader, you still have the floor.
Thank you. I would also like to introduce Youth Congress Resolution 18-20, congratulating our Commonwealth school children for their outstanding participation in the 2023 Inatsaigan Finutsamoru Chamorro language competition held on Guam. Introduced by myself with additional co-sponsors and without objection, I would like to ask for these resolutions to be placed on today's calendar for action as a committee of the whole.
No objection.
No objection.
Thank you, floor leader. As all resolutions have been read into the record and requested to be placed on the calendar, I ask that you make the proper motion at this time.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to offer a motion to place Youth Congress Resolutions 18-19, 18-20 on today's calendar for action. So moved.
Second.
Thank you, floor leader. It has been moved and seconded that Youth Congress Resolutions 18-18 to 18-20 be placed on today's resolution calendar for action. Discussion on the motion?
Ready.
Ready.
All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. All 3 resolutions are hereby placed on today's calendar for action. We will now move to item 6, Youth Congress Communications. Floor leader, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There are 6 items under item 6, Youth Congress Communications 18-34 to 18-39.
Any discussion on the items listed under item 6?
None.
There being none, floor leader, you may continue.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We have nothing to report under items 7 to 11.
With nothing to report on under items 7 to 11, we'll move down to item 12, reports of standing committees. At this time, floor leader, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. There are 3 items under reports of standing committees. The first being Youth Congress Committee Report 18-01, reporting Youth Congress Bill 18-09 to amend 4 CMC 1403 by providing a new subsection D to exempt fuel distributors, importers, or retailers from paying the liquid fuel tax for a period of 6 months. Your Committee on REDT recommends that Youth Congress Bill 18-09 be passed in its current form. Madam Speaker, I move for its adoption.
Second.
Thank you, Floor Leader. It has been moved and seconded that Youth Congress Committee Report 18-01 be adopted by the body. Discussion?
Ready.
All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Youth Congress Committee Report 18-01 is hereby adopted. Floor Leader, you are recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Second item under item 12 is Youth Congress Committee Report 18-02, reporting on Youth Congress Bill 18-10 to prohibit the use of certain disposable food service containers and for other purposes. Your Committee on Health and Welfare recommends that Youth Congress Bill 18-10 be passed in its current form. I move for its adoption.
Second.
Thank you, Floor Leader. It has been moved and seconded that Youth Congress Committee Report 18-02 be adopted by the Youth Congress. Discussion on the motion?
Ready.
All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Youth Congress Committee Report 18-02 is hereby adopted. Floor Leader, you are recognized again.
Thank you. Our last item under item 12 is Youth Congress Committee Report 18-03, reporting on Youth Congress Bill 18-11, to improve student meal plans and reduce student meal waste at all CNMI schools and for other purposes. Your Committee on Health and Welfare recommends that Youth Congress Bill 18-11 be passed in its current form. Madam Speaker, I move for its adoption.
Second.
Thank you, Floor Leader. It has been moved and seconded that Youth Congress Committee Report 18-03 be adopted by the Youth Congress. Discussion on the motion?
Ready.
All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Youth Congress Committee Report 18-03 is hereby adopted. With all 3 committee reports adopted, they are hereby moved to the bill calendar for action. With nothing under item 13, we move down to the resolution calendar. The chair recognizes the floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We have 4 resolutions on calendar for action today. The first one is Youth Congress Resolution 18-18, commemorating the life and contributions of the late Vincent Mendiola Calvo. I move for its adoption.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Youth Congress Resolution 18-18 be adopted by the Youth Congress. Discussion on the motion?
Ready.
If none, clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Maglonia,
Yes.
Senator Palacios,
Yes.
Senator Sablan,
Yes.
Senator Tomacani.
Yes.
Madam Speaker,
Yes.
Madam Speaker, all 5 members voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With 5 members voting in the affirmative, Youth Congress Resolution 18-18 is hereby adopted by the Youth Congress. The chair recognizes the floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Next up, we have Youth Congress Resolution 18-19, which is to recognize and commend the Marianas High School mock trial team on its outstanding achievement in winning the 2023 CNMI High School mock trial competition held at the Guma Justicia on the 16th and 17th of February 2023. I move for its adoption.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Youth Congress Resolution 18-19 be adopted by the Youth Congress. Discussion on the motion?
Ready.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Maglonia,
Yes.
Senator Palacios,
Yes.
Senator Sablan,
Yes.
Senator Tomacani.
Yes.
Madam Speaker,
Yes.
Madam Speaker, all 5 members voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With 5 members voting in the affirmative, Youth Congress Resolution 18-19 is hereby adopted by the Youth Congress. The chair recognizes the floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Last on our calendar is Youth Congress Resolution 18-20, congratulating our Commonwealth school children for their outstanding participation in the 2023 Inatsaigan Finutsa Moru Chamorro language competition held on Guam. I move for its adoption.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Youth Congress Resolution 18-20 be adopted by the Youth Congress. Discussion on the motion.
Ready.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Manglonia,
Yes.
Senator Palacios,
Yes.
Senator Sablan,
Yes.
Senator Tomokani.
Yes.
Madam Speaker,
Yes.
Madam Speaker, all 5 members voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With 5 members voting in the affirmative, Youth Congress Resolution 18-20 is hereby adopted by the Youth Congress. With nothing further under resolution calendar, we move to item 15, the bill calendar. The chair recognizes the floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We have 3 bills on calendar for action today. The first is Youth Congress Bill 18-09 to amend 4 CMC subsection 1403 by providing a new subsection D to exempt fuel distributors, importers, or retailers from paying the liquid fuel tax for a period of 6 months. I move for its passage.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Youth Congress Bill 18-09 be passed. Discussion on the motion.
Ready.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Manglonia,
Yes.
Senator Palacios,
Yes.
Senator Sablan,
Yes.
Senator Tomokani.
Yes.
Madam Speaker,
Yes.
Madam Speaker, all 5 members voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With 5 members voting in the affirmative, Youth Congress Bill 18-09 hereby passes the Youth Congress. The chair recognizes the floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Our next bill is Youth Congress Bill 18-10, which is to prohibit the use of certain disposable food service containers and for other purposes. I move for its passage.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Youth Congress Bill 18-10 be passed. Discussion on the motion.
Ready.
If none, Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Manglonia,
Yes.
Senator Senator Palacios,
Yes.
Senator Sablan,
Yes.
Senator Tomokani.
Yes.
Madam Speaker,
Yes.
Madam Speaker, all 5 members voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With 5 members voting in the affirmative, Youth Congress Bill 18-10 hereby passes the Youth Congress. The chair recognizes the floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Our final bill on the calendar is Youth Congress Bill 18-11 to improve student meal plans and reduce student meal waste at all CNMI schools and for other purposes. I move for its passage.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded that Youth Congress Bill 18-11 be passed. Discussion on the motion.
Ready.
Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Manglonia,
Yes.
Senator Palacios,
Yes.
Senator Sablan,
Yes.
Senator Tomokani.
Yes.
Madam Speaker,
Yes.
Madam Speaker, all 5 members voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all 5 members voting in the affirmative, Youth Congress Bill 18-11 hereby passes the Youth Congress. At this time, the chair recognizes the floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. As this will be our time to meet, I hereby make a motion to file any pending legislative matters for the 18th CNMI Youth Congress bills, resolutions, recordings, and journals, including the journal for this session, and make them property of the Youth Congress. So moved.
Second.
It has been moved. At this time, the chair recognizes the floor leader.
It has been moved and seconded that any pending matters for this body be filed and become property of the Youth Congress. Discussion on the motion.
At this time, the chair would like to call We are now back in session. At this time, the chair recognizes the floor leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. As this will be our time to meet, I hereby make a motion to file any pending legislative matters for the 18th CNMI Youth Congress, bills, resolutions, recordings, and journals, including the journal for this session. Make them property of the Youth Congress. So moved.
Second.
Thank you, floor leader. It has been moved and seconded that any pending matters for this body be filed and become property of the Youth Congress. Discussion on the motion.
Ready.
Ready.
All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Any pending legislative matters for this body are now the property of the Youth Congress. We will now move down to miscellaneous business, and as the floor leader mentioned, this is our last session as members. So before I go any further, I would like to open the floor to all of you to give your statements under this item in our agenda. I will start from Senator Sablan and work up to the Vice Speaker prior to giving my remarks. So with that, Chairwoman Sablan, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. First off, I would like to say how much of an honor it was to become Cagman High's Youth Senator. Youth Congress opened my eyes and it showed me how much power the youth has and that we can truly bring change. This journey had some up and downs, but we pushed through and made the best of our term. We successfully planned the first youth summit in years and it was a success. I would like to thank the director for all his support and to all the members who made the event possible. But most importantly, I would like to thank the members of Youth Congress and our advisor, LJ Castro. All this wouldn't have been done without all our hard work. And I would like to thank my parents and my family for supporting me through this journey because without them, I wouldn't be here right now. And once again, I would like to thank my school too for believing me and putting me in this position to truly bring change and to represent them. Thank you, Senator Palacios, Senator Manglonia, and Senator Tomakani, and Madam Speaker. It was an honor to work with all of you and get to know you. And thank you, LJ. You truly have been a good advisor. And I really liked all of us, We made a good team, and I was truly honored to work with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you for your remarks, Senator Sablan. At this time, the chair recognizes Senator Palacios.
Good morning, everyone. First, I would just like to extend my sincerest thanks to all of you guys for making this experience very memorable. I know some of us, like Senator Sablan, Floor Leader Tomokani, we did not have a full term for the 18th CNMI Youth Congress. However, I believe that we all did make the best of it, and I truly appreciate the 18th CNMI Congress, Madam Speaker, Vice Speaker. And so, yeah, with that being said, I know I'm the only one here that's going to be going into the 19th CNMI Congress as I am a senator-elect, but I would like to wish all of you guys the best on your future endeavors. I would like to thank everyone, especially LJ, for being a good coordinator, just like Senator Sablan said. And I would also like to thank the clerks, legal counsel, and everyone who contributes to the CNMI Youth Congress. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Palacios. At this time, the chair recognizes floor leader Senator Tomakani.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd first like to begin by acknowledging the efforts made by both everyone in attendance today and those who started this term off together. As a 2.0 senator, I can only hope that my efforts and causes best represented those who took the seat before me, and that those who come after see light in our proposals that spark their initiatives. I like to believe that our work in this body is a reflection, more so a microcosm of discussion that holistically represents the one voice we share as CNMI youth. To the preceding members, those of the 19th, I leave it to you all to carry this year on, to continue listening, and more importantly, to never stop acting. Now I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to our coordinator, LJ Castro, and our director, Mr. Tenorio, for the guidance and support, the advice and notes of encouragement. Thank you to my team, the 18th CNMI Youth Congress that sits before me today, who continue to inspire me to remain an active voice in the CNMI, both in and out of this chamber. Thank you to my school, Marianas High School, for the undying support, Mr. Orsini and Mr. Ogden for sitting in during my inauguration, the MHS Student Council for continuing to cheer me on from the home of the Dolphins, and of course to my friends and peers, some of my greatest supporters who encouraged me to take the seat in the first place. And last but definitely not least, thank you to my family who have tuned in to all my sessions and have expressed pride and joy in my navigation to becoming a strong leader. To my mother, Rochelle Tumakani, who is always the first to say she is proud of me. To my father, the first Zen Tumakani, who tunes in with her. To my grandfather, Frank Tumakani, who continues to support me in my leading and academic endeavors. My brother, Zenjiro Tumakani, who always compliments my outfits. And my late grandmother, the one and only Anisha Tumakani, who I dedicate every achievement of mine to. Thank you all for your time and love, and I hope you all feel my gratitude in one way or another as I end my final personal statement as a senator and the floor leader of the 18th Cinema Youth Congress. Si Zeus Maasi at maraming salamat sa lahat.
Thank you, Floor Leader. At this time, the Chair recognizes the Vice Speaker, Senator Manglonia.
Good morning, members, our public in the gallery, as well as to those who are watching on their devices. As most of you all know, our term is coming to an end, and although it's such a bittersweet moment, it is also a very rewarding one as well. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our speaker, Yuri Sasamoto, Zen, Tamisha, and Isabella, as well as our former members that were also a part of the 18th CNMI Youth Congress, Cielo, Easton, and Kata. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve alongside all of you in this current term. I came into this organization with an open mind and heart, eager to learn as much as I could about the lawmaking process as a whole. And during the past 2 years of my term, I have learned so much of what it takes to be a leader. But I have also created so much memories and friendships that I will always hold close to my heart. As sad as I am to leave this seat, I will be forever thankful for such an amazing experience like this, as well as all the many different lessons that I have learned, because I'll definitely use them to guide me in my professional life. To my colleagues, thank you so much for an unforgettable experience, and I wish you all well in your future endeavors. To Senor LJ, our director and our legal counsel, thank you for always making sure that we're on point and not only correcting us, but guiding us so we can learn effectively. To our Speaker of the House and our Senate President, thank you for always opening your ears and your doors to the concerns that we hold dear to our hearts. Lastly, I would like to thank my people back home, RHI's Chamorro Bucks, and most especially to my family for the never-ending love and support that I receive from them. Let's continue to make our home a better place, not only for us, but for our future generations to come. You are never too small to make a difference, so live today the way you want to be remembered tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Speaker. With that, it is with great sadness that I give my farewell remarks today. These past 2 years of being in the Youth Congress have deeply impacted me as a student leader, a professional, and as a person overall. The people I've met and worked with have, in their own way, changed me for the better, and I am extremely grateful to have had this incredible opportunity to be a member of the 18th CNMI Youth Congress, first as the floor leader and now as the speaker. I've diligently done my utmost to fully utilize this platform by writing meaningful legislation, participating in community events, and holding dialogue with our local leaders. I'm especially grateful for the staff and the members of the legislature for accommodating, supporting, and encouraging us always. To the IT for ensuring our members on Tinian and Rhoda are always able to join virtually, and so our public at home can watch online. To our sergeants at arms for coming in early on Saturdays to unlock the building and for safeguarding our sessions. To our legal counsels, thank you for lending your expertise and guiding us, especially Mrs. Villagomez for being patient and humorous throughout our confusion and mistakes. To the Bureau Director, Mr. Perry Tenorio, for always making sure our small office is provided for. And of course, to our coordinator, Mr. LJ Castro, for absolutely everything he's done from before I submitted my candidacy application and until now. He has gone above and beyond just his job requirements, being there to support us everywhere and at all hours. I cannot fully express my appreciation for every single one of you. And of course, to my colleagues, Aubriette, Zen, Isabella, and Tamisha, it has been an honor and a joy working with you guys. You are all such brilliant and passionate individuals, and I'm so happy to have met and gotten to be friends with all of you. I wish you all the best, and I'm excited to see what comes in your futures. And lastly, to the 19th CNMI Youth Congress, I want to say congratulations again and good luck because you have a large task in front of you. But I also want to say to have fun and treasure every moment of the next 2 years because they will go by quickly. I was a sophomore when I was first elected, and now I'll be graduating high school later this June. I can hardly believe that it's been 2 years already. With that, thank you all so much for this wonderful experience, and I'm excited for all of our futures and for the future of the youth of the CNMI. Thank you. We will now move down to item 17, announcements. Are there any last announcements from the members? The chair recognizes the floor leader.
Before we end the session, I would like to say or congratulate this body as a whole for successfully completing and hosting the 2023 Youth Congress Youth Summit held here in the House Chamber. I got some really good feedback from my school and I've heard some really positive remarks. And I just want to say for the 19th CNMI Youth Congress, I'm looking forward to what you guys have to do as well. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, floor leader. With nothing else under item 17, we'll move down to item 18, and at this time, the chair recognizes the floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. At this time, I make a motion to adjourn this 12th regular session. Signed, aye.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to adjourn this last session, sine die. Any discussion on the motion?
Ready?
Ready.
All those in favor of the motion, please say aye.
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 All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. The 18th CNMI Youth Congress hereby stands adjourned. Thank you, everyone.